Salam, my sweet friends. Hi there and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you guys are all here today, and I'm glad I can be sharing this video with all of you guys. It's really cold, almost freezing here in North Carolina, and this beautiful fall winter weather is just great for, hot teas, baking, spending, more time in the kitchen in the evening times, and I'm loving it. I hope and pray you guys are all fine. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing how I make my chai, my tea, and I'm going to be sharing this yummy cookie recipe with you guys. I'm using my Titan Forge knives to chop up these almonds, as you guys just seen in the video. They're amazing knives, and I would definitely recommend them to you if you're looking for a good chef's knife out there. So like I said, we are making some chocolate chip walnut cookies. I always loved these growing up, and I thought, why not share with all of you guys? So we're going to start off by beating the eggs and the butter. You guys should definitely use room temperature butter for this recipe. That's what I always use, but I had some clarified butter that I used this time. Keep mixing it up for just about a minute or two until you see the color slightly change just a bit. Then we'll go ahead and start adding in our sugars. After that, we'll keep mixing up. So I've added some brown sugar, and I'm going to add some white sugar. You guys can add in some vanilla, and then we're going to go ahead and mix up together like this again, just to make sure everything is mixed together really nice. You want to keep mixing for about a minute or two. Now what I'm doing is I'm adding in my chocolate chips. You guys could add it to the batter, or you guys can add it to the dry mixture that we're about to make for this as well. But either how, it doesn't matter. Then I have some delicious walnuts. I went ahead and chopped that up. And what you can also do is roast the almonds or walnuts if you have them. You guys can just put them in the air fryer for a few minutes, or even on your stove top, and they will get roasted and toasted. And then you guys can chop them up, and that gives the cookies even more better taste. So go ahead and add your nuts, any kind that you guys want to, pecans, anything that you guys have in the home or in season. After you mix everything up together like this, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move over to our dry ingredients. Now I have some all-purpose flour, white flour. I have some baking powder, baking soda, and a pinch of salt. I went ahead and mixed everything up together, making sure that it's mixed up really good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add that into our wet mixture, and we're just going to go ahead and mix everything up together like this. You guys could do this by hand, you guys could do this in the mixer, or you guys can use it using a spatula, ladle, whatever you guys want to use to mix it up. But this is what it should look like. Now we're going to put this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, we're going to take it out. We're going to preheat our oven to about 375 degrees. And now we're going to go ahead and make our cookies. Get a baking sheet. I'm using my Wilton baking sheet, and you guys can line it or just use it as it is. Depends on what kind of experience you guys have with your baking sheets. And then I'm getting like big amounts of the cookies. It's up to you guys. You guys can go smaller on these, but I like them the bigger size like this. So just go ahead. The texture of the flour should just be so beautiful, smooth. It should smell really good with all the sugars, the vanilla, everything, and this is what it should look like. So go ahead and make them all, and then you guys could press in some walnuts on top as well. And there we go, guys. They're all done. Your oven should be preheated. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the middle rack, and we're going to let these bake just for about 12 to 15 minutes, making sure you're watching them carefully. They should be very soft when you're taking them out and slightly brown towards the middle. And we're going to let them just air dry. When you take them out of the oven in about 15 minutes, it will still be cooking on the pan. and that's when your cookies will be done. You don't want to overdo them, make them really hard. You want to just bake for about 10 to 12 minutes, maybe 15 depending on your oven, and just make sure that you don't overcook them. And that's about it, guys. They're all done. So beautiful, smells so delicious, brings back so many memories of when we were smaller. We had a neighbor when we lived in California. We used to call her Grandma Kay, and she was our neighbor for about probably anywhere from like 15 to 20 years when we lived at that one house, and we loved her so much. She would always bake these type of cookies and all kinds of, different kind of walnut breads and walnut cookies and stuff, and she'd bring them over to our house, and we'd love them so much. So whenever I bake anything with walnuts, it reminds me of her. May Allah bless her. And yeah, I hope and pray that you guys will enjoy this recipe too. So now, my friends, since we're done with the cookies, I'm going to share with you guys how I make my chai. I get a lot of you guys asking me, dozens of DMs in my Instagram daily. And I thought, yeah, why definitely not share with you guys? I've shared before, but now I'm going to share again. So I usually get my pan or pot or whatever I'm going to go ahead and make my chai in. I have an electric stove, so I put that on there, let the water get a little warm. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my tea. Now you guys can use any kind of loose tea. You guys can even use bags, but I don't like the color of the bags. Not at this time. Sometimes I'll add some in later. But I like to use Tapal Danedar, or then Lipton tea. Even tea India is very good. So go ahead and add in about, I'm making two big mugs, the kind that I like to drink. So I've added in about 2 tablespoons of the tea. I know it's a lot. So let that boil and boil and boil until you see that it's starting to, have a beautiful color, and it's not watery, and it's starting to get thick. After we boil it really nice like this, then we'll go ahead and add in our milk. Now, I don't know what happened at this time and why I didn't show you guys adding in the milk. I thought my camera was on, but it was actually off. But all I did was add in some of this 2% milk. That's all I added in there. And you guys can add as much as you want. Keep adding until you see the color that you like. To be honest, my chai might look really, really nice to you guys, but I don't add a lot of milk. As you guys can see here, it's pretty, it's not that thick. To me personally, I think the way the chai comes out the best is how much you boil it. After you make the kava, you add in the milk. You guys can add whole, full fat, cream, half and half. 2% is what we use. And then you just let it boil. When you see it come up to a boil like this, it's called like a double boil. You can, to move it from your stove or put the flame low so it doesn't overspill. You guys know that happens to a lot of us. And then use like a chai ladle like this, the one I'm using. Or you could even use a cup, a regular teacup, to do this if you don't have this. This one's from Pakistan that my mom sent me. I love it and cannot make my chai without this. So just go ahead and mix like this and just let it boil and boil until you see a nice thick tea consistency. You guys can also add cardamom seeds at this time, or some pods, to give it a real nice smell, real nice aroma, like Pakistani tea. I know a lot of people that add all kinds of other stuff to chai, which is nice sometimes, but this is my everyday to-go-to chai recipe. I just boil, add in my milk, keep using my chai ladle like this, mixing around, and then that's about it, guys. It's done. I do not add sugar to my tea. You guys can. It's been a few years that I stopped drinking sugar in my tea, but you guys could add it in later or even at this time. And then once this part is done, then go ahead and just strain and enjoy. So most of the time I like to use my Cambro measuring cup. This is a real huge measuring cup that I have in a few different sizes that they've sent out to me. They're heat resistant. They're great for like dries, gravies, anything hot, you name it, soups. And they like I said, are heat resistant and amazing, and they are Cambro products. So most of the time when I don't want to take out my tea set or my tea kettle or anything like that, what I do is I just put it in here quickly. I strain it. Sometimes I won't even strain the tea out. I'll be very impatient and I'll put it in just like that. But yeah, that's about it. And now I'll go ahead and pour them into my cups. One for me, one for my husband, and Jai is all set and ready. Yummy to enjoy with those cookies. Do give the cookies a try, or with anything else that you guys like to have. Lately I've been obsessed with whole wheat toast, peanut butter, and strawberry jelly on top. It's so good. You guys have to give it a try. But guys, there is my famous tea recipe. Nothing really different. It just takes a little bit of time, but I hope and pray that you guys enjoyed this video. Enjoyed this video recipe of me making chai. About 2 weeks ago, I had a wonderful family friend that came over for dinner. So I made this yummy platter, like a cheese platter, a snack platter, as like a little appetizer before we ate. So just thought I'd share with you guys here. And then after that, you guys know I love setting up the table, and I love like crockery and, nice serving dishes and all that. It's my obsession, and my weakness, I should say. I spend like my life savings on that. Some people like clothes, some makeup, and some dishes like me. Thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below if you guys like beautiful dishes like this. But anyways, we put out the charger plates into that. Then we went ahead and put the serving dishes, the serving plates, and these serving dishes I really love. I think they're beautiful. I was trying to make it a silver theme this day using only my stainless steel silver dishes, cutlery, and all that. But towards the end, it got so busy, and I just got so busy doing so much that I didn't have time to take out my white or my silver plate, so I took out the gold ones. But anyways, alhamdulillah, it's such a blessing getting together with friends and families, and so nice to visit. Just relieve so much stress and anxiety. You get to talk, take the time out, enjoy each other's company, and alhamdulillah for beautiful friends and family. But yeah, this is the pulao that I made. It was a chicken pulao, and you guys know that I've shared many recipes on this rice. And you guys can follow me for updates and tips and tricks and all that for this rice on my Instagram page as well. But I will leave the links down below. But I've shared my rice recipes, even this exact one, with you guys, one in Pashto and one in English. So do give them a try. I'll leave the links down below. I love serving the rice when it's really hot. This was probably about 30 minutes after it got done, but I love eating and serving the rice exactly when it's piping hot. We had some naan, some beef kebabs. We did a mix of halva puri, chane, chaat. So it was like a halva puri chane kind of a thing. And then we had the rice, the kebabs. I made a vegetable gopi on the side with naan. These were the chane. And everything was delicious. We had a cheesecake for dessert with chai and stuff. So like I said, alhamdulillah, what a blessing for beautiful friends and family. And yeah, I hope that you guys did enjoy my setup. Do let me know what you guys think down below. Also so grateful and blessed to have all of you in my life. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Until next time, Allah Hafiz.